Hi everyone, Steve here at Midlife ADV 1972, and I haven't talked to you for quite a while. Been doing some domesticated stuff. Don't think I've really touched in since my trip with my good friend Sean in Sleeping Giant Provincial Park. I'm currently in a place, the site of a former railroad town called Flanders, Ontario. And I got a little bit of a family history here in the 30s and the 40s. And my great-great-grandparents actually owned a store here. My understanding, it was kind of a trading post. They dealt a lot with the First Nations people and the miners. And then the fact that there was a railroad town here, I'd imagine they supplied certain things to the railroad. My understanding is they had like a boarding house and a general store and stuff like that. There was also at the time, there was a prisoner of war camp here during World War II. My grandmother was very young at the time, but she talks about German prisoners of war being here. Nice young men, scared to be away from home, probably really no different than the Canadian soldiers that were captured and held in Europe. Above and beyond that, this site also has a little bit more of a infamous history. It was home to something called the hot stove murders, where an elderly woman was actually held over a wood stove and burned because people thought she had money. Turned out she didn't have money. She died. The three men were tried and actually hung for the crime. My understanding is it was the last public hanging in either Ontario or Canada, but I can't confirm that. And that was held in Fort Frances. So I'm just touching in. I'm going to be traveling for the next week on the T7 back there. But I'm going to touch in a lot, kind of keep you up to date on my adventures this week, and hopefully you just keep watching. Still haven't bought a adventure camera, but I'm getting closer. So until the next time we talk, just remember, you're never too old to do cool shit. Peace.